Good afternoon, Lone Star Drift audience. We're here at MSR Houston for round 2 of Lone Star Drift Series. The car is put back together. It has been fixed. If you've been following all this stuff on the LZ World Tour, I wrecked the car really badly. Insert clip of me going into the wall. And it has been only about 48 to 50 something hours of actual time elapsed from the car getting shipped in to having to be shipped down here. So Mark built this in 2 days. Turn 5 fabrication gave him these bars and a winch point to help winch some stuff off. Mark cut all this stuff off. He had Wise Fab on one of my other S14s. We used all that, all aligned already, to find the places to mount this stuff to. So having all this stuff in alignment set up kind of gave measurements, since after cutting all that off, the really difficult thing is you have no idea where anything goes. Like, how do you put a hood on this now when there's nothing, you know, to do anything with for alignment status? Figuring out where the hood and the headlights go. I mean, headlights could go anywhere when you don't have anything to align it to. So anyways, and they're aligning the Wise Fab at track right now, and we're going to go see if it works. We had to go toss some other wheels off of my 350Z. That is a rental car for Drift Week, which is very narrow and poor offset, so that the Wise Fab works, because it works for scrub radius and stuff off very weird offsets compared to what we're used to. So I've got my normal wheels in the back, and we have some weird wheels up front, so we can see how all this works. Basically, if you have, this is like a plus 35 or something, and if you have a plus 15, the scrub radius gets weird, because normally most drifters use a big wheel spacer to get this wheel out, and this does it with a really long control arm. So this control arm is very long. So what happens is it pivots here instead of back here. And the easiest way to explain that is right now, how this is, the wheel should just go like that, traveling around the center point of the ball joint, or whatever you call it. And if you're on a wheel spacer, the wheel has to travel like that with a huge amount of scrub, and it travels like that. So this is a very different way to steer. Anyways, there's pluses and minuses to all those setups, but we're using Wise Fab on this. This used to be a more conventional, like, cut knuckle type car with just extended lower control arms. But yeah, we haven't fixed the rear yet. When I say we, I mean Mark. This is still beat up, so it's gonna have to have all that work. And then right now, they're doing something with the steering column. Say hi, Rudy.
Hello.
And that's that, yeah. We're at a large road course today, which is MSR Houston. That's Motorsport Ranch Houston is like the full name, but it's called MSR Houston. It's like a country club facility where they have big garages for everybody, and they have condos here right on the track. And rich people have like a membership, so they can come here like 7 days a week. But we rent it out, and we do events here on the weekends. And it's cool because it's very big compared to what we're usually used to, so we can break the road course into 2 different road courses, so it doesn't take 3 minutes to get around, and have 2 different tracks. So when we're competing, we don't have to shut down track completely, and drivers can continue driving all day long, even when there's a comp going, so you don't have to stop for any reason. I think that's that. So we're gonna have a battle today or tomorrow with Grant. Grant is up at Hollyfest. Taylor Ray was supposed to be here, but his truck broke down. The CP4 fuel pump broke, and now he's battling with a dealer about that. All right, we're inside the car, guys. Mark is finished. He said it's as good as it's gonna get. We have some rubbing issues and other things he said. He went out and tested the car. I'm about to test the car. I hope it works well. We're going straight into what's normally a 4th gear track, but we went from a 408 down to a 3.5, like 350Z ring gear. We have the new front end on the car. Let's do this. Mark will hold the camera. I'm gonna go in 3rd gear, which is normally 4th gear in a T56.
causing some rubbing in the front because we're running bigger tires than most people do. But I think other than that, it works well.
Yeah, the car feels like it has more front end grip than I'm used to. Maybe it should almost have less air or more air pressure in the front. It's kind of on a different line than the car would normally set on and float. But let's see. Let's go see if I can do a second lap and do better.
So
it's pretty amazing this car is functional right now, Mark.
Yeah. Well, because we went from a 265C
Yeah.
that we normally run, I went to a 235R, thinking like it would make up the grip difference, but it might be too much.
Yeah, that R is a lot of freaking grip. It's weird because you know what? We're not running a front sway bar either. That might be what a lot of it is. Okay, so we don't have a front sway bar because it didn't get modified on. So that could be some of it. Actually, no, you know what? I think that's exactly what it is. Let's go try another lap. How we have to compensate for that, we changed our front compounds, we changed the complete angle kit, you chopped off the front of the car and rebuilt it. The alignment's quite different considering like what it's supposed to be for Wisepap because of like the constraints of a new front end.
Yeah.
It's rubbing a bit, and we have no sway bar. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's go again.
I think you're handling it really good.
One thing I have to say though, these rear tires, I'm not just like making shameless plugs, run the 08C 285s. They have so much grip, it's kind of cheating. You can kind of just like, I hate plugging things, but I was gonna say, it has so much grip, you feel like you can just go anywhere, where I think it kind of like band-aids a lot of things on the car. Not saying your stuff isn't perfect. I'm just saying like really good tires, like band-aid everything. This feels like I can drive it anywhere I want, doesn't it? So the car feels really good. It obviously is a little wonky without the front sway bar, mostly just because my driving style. It was doing some interesting things, like if I tapped the brakes at angle, it would add a huge amount of angle. I think a lot of that's the super sticky front tires. Car feels amazing. We did a number on those tires just now. We were driving hard. And they're still fine. Success, Segoy. All right, off to run the comp. It's gonna be Rudy. Look at this hugging.
We're there. We're surviving.
Holy shit.
You and me
versus you.
right now, buddy. You're high on life, hyped up on
I'm chilling.
adrenaline. No, you're not.
I'm chilling.
We all need to wear pulse rate monitors so we can see what they are. We're up next.
buddy.
Time to buckle up.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Was that good?
That was fun. That was so
Yeah.
good. We've never run
I look
together.
back and I was
Right.
like, hey, he's still right there.
You know who beats Rudy
That
though?
was elite, huh?
Rudy beats Rudy.
Yeah.
That's who always beats Rudy. Grant showed up late and didn't make it to the actual comp, so we're gonna do a mock competition at the end, but it matters more.
Which I think is the best way to do this again, was your recommendation of having the judges in the car.
I like
think
it.
It'll be awesome. Never seen that, but I think it's gonna be awesome.
It's YouTube, it's comedy.
Love it.
So his car, unscathed. It still looks beautiful.
It doesn't
My
look that
jalopy, look at this thing. Look at
Hey,
this,
it's
look
running
what
and
you've
driving.
done.
Yeah, this was done 5 times before I got to it.
No, this thing was mint.
Going 260.
Okay, so I have my dune buggy out. He has his very nice E36, straight out of Holly Fest. Did you win? I'm gonna keep asking you even
No,
though
it's Hamilton beat me in a one more time, but I one more time to Hamilton. So
in the 1-2 battle?
No, it was a top 8 battle.
But you still lost to the winner, so that's okay.
Lost to the winner.
No
I'm okay.
shame in that.
And losing to Nate is like the easiest loss in the world, because he's such a nice dude. So I don't even care.
All right.
Great. You ready?
I am ready. Let's do this.
Do.
Did he miss shift or what?
I don't know. It seemed like he checked up. Oh no, something's fucked up, huh? Does it go in everything except for fourth or third?
That's stuck in gear.
Pilot bearing or something?
Finale.
So
I
the
like that,
finale
Aaron.
is nobody won the comp. He blew his transmission and I hit him, which is about how this is gonna go now, so we shouldn't drive anymore. Tim was in the passenger seat. I have video of it, I'll show.
Yep.
It was a really good lap. It was
solid.
it was a solid lap
You had
until
a
the end.
Great lead lap.
And then it was just like,
How?
surprise, mother
Hold
bleeper.
on. Let me take this. How was my lead?
Oh, your lead was great.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Online, exactly where we would have been judging from and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I was able
good.
to be really close too,
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
means you're great.
So not too bad for my 3rd lap on the track.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Like within probably 3 or 4 feet is what Aaron was able to
Yeah.
get there for the majority of the lap.
Oh, that's
until
great.
We got right up there to it. And started
Yeah.
pumping.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I wish you got to drive more though, because after you went in, Tim and I stayed out there.
Yeah.
And instead of finishing the whole track, we kept pushing to see how fast we could go.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
Dude, it's terrifying. We were about 10 miles an hour faster than comp pace.
Yep.
Because you can't have a consistent lap. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
But I mean, like, it's terrifying. It's got to be 100 miles an hour
Oh, yeah,
at
easy.
whatever.
Easy.
It's so dumb how fast it is.
I truthfully think that this is potentially the fastest I've ever been in big angle.
Yeah.
I've definitely drifted the same speed, maybe a little faster, but shallow. But coming through that middle section, I'm like, it feels like I'm like pretty solid in an angle, and it is. It feels unbelievable.
On that side, we don't do this ever, but the drift game guys during Drift Week while we were here,
Yeah.
they clocked, I think, 138 on
Oh, is
entry.
this where they were doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, you can't let normals do that. If you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
So that was James Dean and Dave, and a stock 37 G37 though, basically. Imagine doing like 138 mile an hour entries or whatever it was and that's like 5th gear.
I don't even know if I'd want to do 130 in a stock 350Z or G37 on the road. So,
So dumb.
well, thank you for having me, Aaron.
All right, go get your transmission at Summit.
I'm going to
Racing.
do it, and then I'll see you.
That's the best part of
soon.
Texas.
When am I going to see you? Where are you coming anywhere we're going to be driving, or are you
No,
busy
I
with
don't
this?
think so. I think I'm
No.
busy with this. I don't know. I'm
We'll
trying to
rematch
think.
soon.
Are you going to the LZ World Tour overseas?
Yes.
Oh, who are you driving in their car?
I'm driving a 350Z with FDF in Ireland.
I'm jealous.
Be good. And then I'm
I'm
going.
jealous.
Yeah, I'll be all over the place. So.
All right.
Thank you,
Well,
Aaron.
congratulations.
Love you.
Go live the YouTuber lifestyle where
I
you're
don't know
driving
about
all
that.
the time.
I don't know about that.
And you're famous and you're rich.
No, I'm not.
And your
any of
YouTube.
those.
His 4-rotor E36 in a month. Look at this. They're turning the nitrous bottle off. That's hilarious. I love it.
You have to turn it off.
Well, I saw him turning a knob. My car doesn't have that. All right, end of the video. The car is amazing. It has some little setup issues without the sway bar and like some little things, but Mark did a killer job on it. At the end of the day, I'm not sure we recorded them, but we clocked in at 101, I think about 2 to 3 separate times on GPS inside the car. So we were pushing really hard. This track's getting a little scary. Those 101 entries are kind of pushing it, by the way. That's not really what we would be doing in comp, because if you mess up at that speeds, it's not very comfortable and it feels like you're gonna die. So we're probably really doing like 92 most of the time in comp, but that's still really fast. And there's so much smoke out of these cars. They're so much more aggressive here than like at Houston Police Academy and a lot of the other tracks we're doing. This track is getting to be no joke. So anyways, very fun day. The car is working great. It's time to go put it back together and make it look pretty. I've got all the parts. We're gonna finally put in our KBD kit, which will probably outlive this car at this point. And then we have to decide how much stuff we want to replace, all the parts, how much body work we want to do versus like Mark have done at a shop. I don't know, it's gonna be hard to make look good again.
And as always, I cannot do these videos without the help of the sponsor, so thank you so much to BC Racing Custom Coilovers, WhatMonstersDo.com, they have a new logo right beneath their old one, NK Wheels, Grip Royal, KBD Body Kits, Valino Tires, Heatwave Visual, Vapetasia, and Spec Clutches. Thank you to all these companies and so many other people, drivers, helpers, friends, everybody that makes this possible. Thank you guys.